Enbridge Inc. is a Canadian multinational energy transportation company primarily known for its role in the operation of pipelines that transport crude oil, natural gas, and other energy products. Founded in 1949, Enbridge has grown into one of North America's largest energy infrastructure companies, with pipelines stretching across Canada and the U.S. However, the company has faced considerable controversy over the years due to environmental concerns, particularly surrounding oil pipelines and their associated risks. Some key incidents that highlight Enbridge's destructive habits include 1. Line 6B oil spill, 2010. One of the most significant events was the 2010 spill from Enbridge's Line 6B pipeline in Michigan. The pipeline ruptured, spilling over 800,000 gallons of crude oil into the Kalamazoo River, leading to one of the largest inland oil spills in U.S. history. The cleanup took years and cost Enbridge over $1 billion in damages. This incident raised serious concerns about the company's safety practices and its commitment to environmental protection. 2. Line 3 replacement, ongoing. Enbridge's Line 3 replacement project has been controversial due to its potential environmental risks. The project involved replacing an aging pipeline across Minnesota and other states and has faced intense opposition from Indigenous communities, environmental activists, and local residents. Critics argue that it increases the risk of oil spills and damages ecosystems, particularly in sensitive areas like wetlands and tribal land. 3. Line 5 pipeline controversy. Enbridge's Line 5 pipeline, running under the Straits of Mackinac between Michigan's upper and lower peninsulas, has faced significant opposition due to the potential risk of a catastrophic oil spill in the Great Lakes, one of the world's largest freshwater systems. The pipeline has been a source of contention between Enbridge and environmental groups, as well as state and federal authorities. The potential for a spill in this sensitive area is a major environmental concern. Indigenous rights and land issues. Enbridge has frequently been accused of neglecting Indigenous land rights in its pipeline projects. Many Indigenous communities across Canada and the U.S. have opposed Enbridge's pipelines, arguing that the company has ignored their sovereignty and environmental concerns. For example, the Line 3 replacement project and the proposed Northern Gateway pipeline have faced resistance from First Nations groups in Canada, citing concerns about the impact of pipeline construction on sacred lands, wildlife, and water resources. Regulatory fines and legal issues. Enbridge has also been subject to numerous regulatory fines and legal challenges. In addition to the fines related to the 2010 Michigan spill, the company has been penalized for safety violations, including failure to adequately inspect pipelines, report safety issues, and maintain proper standards for pipeline integrity. While Enbridge has made efforts to address some of these issues, including enhancing pipeline safety and participating in cleanup operations, its history of environmental disasters, legal battles, and ongoing conflicts with Indigenous communities have led to ongoing criticism of the company's environmental and ethical record. Critics argue that Enbridge prioritizes profit over environmental and social responsibility, often at the expense of communities and ecosystems. Enbridge Inc., a major player in the energy sector, is actively involved in lobbying efforts to influence various government policies and regulations. Through its Canadian Government Affairs representative, Matt Grant, Enbridge is focused on addressing key issues such as climate policies, market access for energy products, and the regulation of energy infrastructure. The company engages in lobbying discussions across several areas, which include 1. Regulatory efficiency. Enbridge advocates for the efficiency of environmental assessments and regulatory frameworks. This includes pushing for favorable policies around the federal carbon charge, the Clean Fuel Standard, methane regulations, and the Clean Electricity regulations. 2. Canadian competitiveness and policies. Enbridge is heavily involved in discussions about Canadian competitiveness, particularly as it relates to environmental assessments, climate policies, and taxation. The company seeks to ensure that regulatory frameworks support both environmental protection and energy sector growth. 3. Climate initiatives and greenhouse gas reduction. The company is lobbying for supportive policies on innovations to reduce greenhouse gas emissions, such as renewable natural gas (RNG), compressed natural gas, CNG, carbon capture and storage, CCUS, hydrogen, and power-to-gas technologies. Enbridge also focuses on policy support for federal programs like the output-based pricing system, which impacts industries involved in carbon-intensive activities. 4. Energy market access. Enbridge is involved in advocating for market access for energy products, ensuring the maintenance of an integrated North American energy market. This includes discussions on Canada-US trade, cross-border issues, and the safe and reliable operation of its pipeline network. 5. Indigenous engagement and economic inclusion. Enbridge is also lobbying for policy developments surrounding Indigenous engagement, consultation, and economic inclusion in the energy sector. The company aims to address concerns from Indigenous communities while fostering economic opportunities in these regions. 6. Projects and infrastructure changes. Enbridge is lobbying on matters related to pipeline projects, expansions, optimizations, and changes to tolling arrangements, which affect the operations of its natural gas and liquids pipelines. The company also seeks to address issues around the safe and reliable operation of these pipelines and other infrastructure assets. In terms of government communication, Enbridge arranges meetings between public office holders and other stakeholders to further these discussions. Some of the key government institutions involved in these discussions include Natural Resources Canada, NRCN, Environment and Climate Change Canada, ECCC, and the Prime Minister's Office, PMO. As part of its lobbying efforts, Enbridge has received significant government funding from various sources. For example, in the last financial year, Alberta Innovates provided $500,000 to Enbridge for energy innovation. Additionally, Ministère des Ressources Naturelles et des Forêts, Quebec, allocated $241,258 for projects in the province, while Natural Resources Canada, NRCN, awarded $16,951,178.49 to the company. These funds support various energy and sustainability initiatives, aligning with governmental goals in clean energy, resource management, and environmental impacts. Furthermore, Enbridge has received large contributions from provincial sources, such as the Ontario Ministry of Energy, which allocated $187,747,698.67 to the company. This funding supports the expansion and optimization of Enbridge's energy infrastructure in Ontario, particularly in natural gas distribution. Despite receiving substantial public funds, Enbridge's ongoing environmental controversies, including pipeline spills and Indigenous land disputes, have led some critics to question the alignment between these government contributions and the company's environmental practices.